everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Tafika. I do different makeup, beauty and lifestyle video over here. So today I'm here with this look, and if you want to see how I got this look, please see the entire video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and by the end of the video, if you like it, do not forget to like this video. So without talking too much, let's get straight into the video and see how I got this look. Let's get started. First, putting hair back in the hairband so there's no disturbance. I've already cleansed my face. I have used a toner as well. So we'll directly start with the lips, eyes and prepping the skin a little more. I'm using the same under eye cream for my eyes. This is by Aroma Magic. I'm using the Bond Lippy. This is by the Body Shop. And set the under eye and the lip balm for some time. Before starting off, I would like to show you that I have no foundation, nothing on my skin. So there is absolutely nothing, it's all clean. So let's start with the moisturizer. I'm using the Pond's Superlight Gel. As it's winter, my skin feels very dry and I already like to keep my skin very hydrated. So I'm using this. It's a new purchase, so I'll try this for the first time today. Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil by Etude House. Absolute New York eye primer. I want to see how this works, so I'm going to prime my entire lid with this and see how it works. Feels quite tacky now, so I have to set it with a very light eyeshadow or a powder. So I'm going to use the powder. I'm using this finishing powder by the Fitme. This is in the shade medium, so I'll just take this a little bit, and with the help of a very fluffy brush, set the entire lid. So when you apply a powder to set your eyeshadow base, which is a primer, eyelid primer or a concealer, just touch your lid whether it's completely dry or not, because it should be dry and very smooth so that your eyeshadow glides in very nicely. This is one small tip which I have learned myself and with so much practice. So you have to make sure that your lid is dry after concealing or after using an eyelid primer. I'm using this eyeshadow palette. This is new purchased by Makeup Revolution. I bought this neutral shades so that I don't have to switch to another palette again and again for neutrals itself. So it has very beautiful neutrals and it's all matte, which I love. So I'm going to use my first shade, and it will be the shade over here, this shade. I'm going to use that and use this as my first transition shade. So there are a lot of products here in this video which I'm using for the first time. So in between of the video I'll tell you whether it's worth buying or not. The product was this primer, which I think is just fine. I bought this for 125 or 150 rupees from HOK, so it just works fine for me. The second thing is the eyeshadow palette. For now I don't think it's that pigmented and I'm not liking it, because if you can see, the transition shade is not showing at all. So I'm going with a deeper one. I'm trying to use this one as my transition shade with very soft hand, because I want this to be my transition shade and not too dark. Coming to the eyeshadow palette, it is quite buildable and blendable, but the color pigment payoff is not that great. But if you want to use this for a very basic everyday look, everyday makeup, then it's just fine. But if you are a professional, this is not that good for you, because you have to work again and again. You have to work on it very much. So we'll move to the next shade. I think I'll use this shade over here and use this as my second transition shade. To my favorite palette, Morphe Kajal palette. So because I need a little more color in my eye. Shifting to the next shade, I'm using this shade over here, and let's see what I can do with this color. Just a little bit below my second transition shade. I'll take a black shade. This is the shade over here. I'll take this black shade, and just in the corners of my eyes and I'll place this color. And this micellar water to cut my crease first very nicely for the half cut crease. LA Pro concealer. Take this just a little bit in the back of my hand. Take a brush. I'm taking angular eyebrow brush, which it's best for me. This shade over here now, and I'll use my fingers for that and let it. best part of about the eye look today. So I'm using this multi gel. This is by Krylon. This you'll get from anywhere from Krylon store, and I'm using this Luster Dust by Incolors. This is in this pretty pinkish red shade, so I'll use this too. Because I'll take a brush and set the glue on my lid where I want to place the color. So this is the multi gel by Krylon. I'm using this one also for the first time. This is quite tiny and this is for 400 rupees. You will not get this anywhere. It's very rare. I got this from the store itself, and this is for this gel because just a little goes a very long way. And this is the Incolor dust, which I also love. It's quite nice, and yes. Lids are almost done, so I'll just do the same thing on the lower lash line as well. I'll use the first brown and maroon shade, and then we'll go with the black one. Eyeliner. I'm using this eyeliner by Makeup Revolution. Black Kajal. We'll just come back with my lashes on. My lashes are on. Let's get into the face makeup. Face today, first I'll correct my areas where I have a little bit of a pigmentation. So I'm using the orange corrector by LA Colors itself, put it on my hand itself, and use it on the areas where I have the pigmentations. End up looking like a monkey now, but this is something I use before when I want a very flawless base makeup. So this is when I use a very light orange connector. Moving on directly, we're going to use the foundation. This is the Fitme foundation which I'm using. This is in the shade 228. So we'll use this one. I'm going to mix that foundation with my another foundation which is 220 Natural Beige, because my skin coloration is a little different this time. So we'll mix both and get my shade. Blender, which is known as a marshmallow beauty blender. It is a beautiful sponge. I'm using this for the first time and I'm loving this. It is quite expensive. It is for 8 to 1000 rupees. I bought this from the Instagram page. I'll link them down in the description box. So if you want to buy this, you can get that from there. It is beautiful. If you can see, it has given me a very nice flawless finish. Now my foundation matches me. Set my face, but this time I have learned and have tried on myself, and I'm loving that thing is that when I go out, I don't use a foundation. I don't use a CC or a BB cream nowadays. I just use a little bit of a concealer, and I bake my face when I have moisturizer in. So I will be coming with that routine as well. It looks flawless. It looks very beautiful and natural, and you're not using too much of cosmetic on your face every day. Also, it's a beautiful routine that I have come out with, and I will be doing the tutorial very soon. To bake under my eyes, just a little bit, if you can see. So it's been good 2 minutes, I think so, that I've kept the powder. Now I'll just brush off the baking. See, my under eyes looks quite more better than what it was before. Now directly going with the bronzer. I'm using the butter bronzer by the Physician Formula. This is in the shade Deep, so I'll take this one. Blush, so I'm using this blush by MAC. This is in the shade Apple Red. Part, and that is using the highlighter. I'm using the highlighter by Wet n Wild, and last part of the video, which is the main thing about the video, and that is the lipstick. The first shade that I have is the one by Nicka-K. This is the shade Turkish Rose, and the second shade is a beautiful red shade, and this is by NYX Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Kitten something. I cannot see the name now, but I'll give it in the description box. It is Kitten Heels, if you can see. So I'm going to use first the neutral shade, so you can opt for either one of them. this is the first shade. You can go very subtle with the lips if you can very heavy with your eyes. So yes, this is the first option. Let's get into the second options very fast. I'll wipe off this first lipstick. So let's get into the red shade. This is quite red. So yes, this is the second shade that I have as an option. So yes, this was my look for today. I wanted to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous Happy New Year. So I hope you like both the options which I showed. I think my favorite is this red shade, and do let me know which was your favorite shade out of the two. Let me know in the comment section. So thank you for watching.